We as a society sometimes have the mentality that, oh, someone else will help them. They're fine, they'll make it. But sometimes that's not the reality.
My grandmother was a senior companion. And because she was a senior companion, my aunt became a senior companion. I just fell right into it.
My mother was a senior companion for 13 years, and she just loved it.
There was a senior companion that lives in my building, and she asked me about it and kind of gave me some of the information, invited me to one of the meetings, and that was the beginning, and I'm still there.
The reason I chose to start volunteering was because I had retired from my line of work, had some time on my hands, and I just felt that this would be a good way to try and do something that was more productive for society and to make myself a better version of what I can be.
When I got my undergraduate degree, I thought I wanted to work with kids and families. I realized I wasn't super passionate about that, and so I happened to stumble upon an ad online for a receptionist at a senior community that was opening up. And so I got the position as the front desk concierge. And from there, I had the ability to interact with residents on a daily basis. And I realized that this population is really fantastic and that I had a passion in working with them. And then I also realized that there's a lot of needs that aren't met. And so I decided to pursue my master's degree so that I could start to help make social change and aid this population.
She was not young, mind you, but she wasn't so old, but she had problems walking. We'd go out and have lunch sometimes, and I'd take her here and there. It's been a while back, but she was just a sweetheart. It's so amazing. These people that you help are so appreciative. It's so rewarding to help people. They just love you to death and you love them.
My first client, I spent a lot of time with her because she was the very first one. So I didn't have to split my time with other people. And we went shopping. We would go have lunch occasionally. We're a lot like sisters. We talk and we visit a lot. She is, I think, the prime example of being lonely in a crowd, because she has a lot of people who come out to her house, but they're not her friends. I'm her friend.
She happened to be a lady that lived in my building. She was so excited to have me for a friend, and as soon as she finished breakfast in the morning, she was headed my way. I knew she was going to be knocking on the door. She would bring her crocheting, and we would sit and talk.
One of the most impactful moments in my life that I think really kind of got the ball rolling into my future career working with seniors involved the time I was driving with my husband, and we happened to see an elderly woman on the side of the road who looked like she was struggling to stand up. She also had grocery bags dangling off of her walker. I happened to notice her, and then I just couldn't keep driving, so I asked my husband to pull over, and I got out of the car, and I found out that she had actually walked about 2 miles to the grocery store and was trying to walk back to her house, but was just so weak from the long walk that she wasn't able to do so. That kind of broke my heart. I wish that there was someone there that could help her on a regular basis.
I show up around 9:30, have a cup of coffee, shoot the breeze with some of the locals that come in. Then I start by working in the kitchen, preparing soup, bringing dishes out, prepping the countertops, and that's how the day starts. I like to sit down and just talk with anybody about anything. Sometimes it's religion, sometimes it's politics, depending upon whom you talk with. And the more I get to know people, the easier it is for me to do the listening and not so much the talking. And that's one of the things I like, is to be able to just listen to the folks.
We have a brief class that we go through that explains what our goal is and how to approach our clients, how to work with them, get their confidence, and meet their needs, because that's our job. And I happen to be the only senior companion that doesn't drive. So my time is in my companion's home.
I remember the first day I met her, she said, "Oh, you won't like me after a week." She was so far down, beat down. And all we did was we went and talked. We talked once or twice a week for an hour or two.
The most major need is human connection. A lot of times seniors, once they retire, they experience a lot of loss. That's the loss of going to work every day and interacting with people. All of a sudden, they're in this position in which they wake up and they don't have a job to go to. So they often just stay at home by themselves. Unfortunately, there's a lot of seniors who have lost their spouse. They've also lost abilities such as driving, navigating on their own.
The mission of Meals on Wheels is to feed the hungry, and it's not necessarily the hunger that we experience in our stomach, but the emotional hunger that can set in. Probably the majority of the people are well into their 60s and even later, and there are people that come in there that would come in on a day if there wasn't even any food. They would come in just for the camaraderie, to shoot the breeze with the other people that are working there, and exchange ideas.
It's been rewarding because I have been able to help different people through the years, through hard times when they either needed someone to talk to that they knew was confidential, or someone for a companion, just so they didn't have a lonely day. Each client has been different in their own lifetime, their own lifestyle. Some have been without family for an extended period of time and they were lonesome. So to have someone come alongside and just be a friend.
My sister was telling us about the Senior Companion Program, and so we decided to try it. And we could go together and do that, which helped a lot. So we did. We went down and here we are. And we both love it. We wouldn't give this up for a better job because we think this is a better job.
The folks there are they're very happy to come in. They appreciate the meals. Some of these people can't cook for themselves, so this is sometimes the only warm meal they get in a day. And when they leave, they're almost always waving at you, saying goodbye, saying thank you. That's worth quite a bit when you hear that from somebody. Realizing that I'm going to be helping other people and that they're going to be depending upon me. And there was a time in my life when I would think more about myself and less about others. By helping others, it makes me more of a rounded person.
Human connection is very important, and programs such as Meals on Wheels People and Senior Companion Program do offer that human connection on a regular basis.
Volunteering is a healthy thing. It is not only good for you, it is good for the person that you are visiting and the person you're helping out.
The one message that I'd want to get out to people is that anyone can change or impact the lives of seniors. You can go anywhere from just saying hi in the grocery store to volunteering, to even getting a career with working with seniors. This is definitely a population that is underrepresented and needs some help.
Makes me very happy, gives me something to do, and keeps me busy. You know the old saying, busy hands are happy hands? It's true. It's really true.
It helps me as much as it helps them. It gives me a reason to get up in the morning, put my clothes on, drink my coffee, get out the door. Someone's waiting for me.
If somebody was concerned about volunteering at the center, I would tell them that it can be a life-changing experience for them. In subtle ways, you are going to get a lot more out of it than you put into it. We can use more people that are willing to help each other. If we thought about other people more than ourselves, this world would be a better place. There's such a thing as pleasure and happiness. Pleasure is kind of short-lived. Happiness, on the other hand, that continues on long after the product itself has been used up, so to speak. And I go home at the end of the day knowing that I've done my best for these people, that I've made some of them laugh, and that happiness takes me through several days, sometimes an entire week.
And you can't be a senior companion without becoming a friend.
You don't realize how much a smile in a grocery store could help brighten a senior's day.